Good afternoon. How is everyone doing today? I thought I'd have a little fun with Photoshop today and make a little video. And I thought I'd have 3 examples of some of the fun stuff you can do in Photoshop now. So let's take a look at this. In this first example here, this is a photo I took in Wyoming. It has a beautiful mountain in the background, a rolling stream here, some beautiful trees on the sides. And but what if we want to make a little change to this? What if we want to add a little more to the sides or the bottom or the top? What if we wanted to expand this image out a little bit more? With just a single image, we really can't do that. But now, with the fancy Photoshop generative software going on, we can do a little bit of changes here. So let's take a look at what we can do with a photograph like this. Let me zoom out just a little bit. I think what we'll try to do is we're going to expand it out on the sides first and see what we can come up with here. So using the generative box here, I have it pinned down to the bottom, we can go in and we can select this part we just expanded, and we probably want to go out a little bit because I don't really care for that little bush on the side there. And what we're going to do is we're going to click on Generative Fill. Now you can put in descriptions of what you want here, but if you just leave it blank, what it'll do is it'll look at the pixels around that square and generate the image based on those pixels. So let's give it a shot. Now I am going to speed this up in the video. There it is. There's the extra side there. Now over here on the right, you have 3 options to take and see which one you want to use. So you look at them all. They all actually look pretty good. But I think I like this one the best. Now, if you did not like those options, all you would have to do is hit Generate again, and it'll give you 3 more variations. So we moved over a little bit to the side on the left. Let's go and we'll expand this out to the right and see what we can do with this one. And I'm probably going to want to go into that tree, so that way I think Photoshop is going to keep that tall tree going over there. So let's hit the generative fill. Again, we don't want to type anything in, so just hit generate. And I'll speed this up for the video. And there you have it. So it kept the tall tree right there. And let's take a look at our options. We have that one. That's kind of a goofy looking tree. And I kind of spread it out a little bit. I think I do like this first one here. So as you can see, what's going on is it's also making the clouds over here and over here based on these clouds here, and it's also keeping snow-covered mountains over to the left. It's pulling out the snow over here, and it's adding a little bit to the river and creating those rocks as well. So let's say we want to expand that river a little bit. So let's take and we'll expand this out, and we're gonna grab some of that, and again we'll generate this fill and we'll see what we come up with. And there you have it. I'm not really too keen on that. Looking kind of goofy underneath. Let's try this next one. Now you're talking. Look at those rocks. Everything looks like it belongs right there in the picture. Let's just take a look at this one more. And that also looks pretty nice. So as you can see, this is kind of a very interesting situation. It's using the pixels, it's using what's in the image to generate the AI fill, and that is just expanding out and making your photo a little bit larger. The next one we're going to look at is removing something you don't want in the picture. You can see this is a Canada goose, and it's coming in for a landing, and I really like the way its tail feathers are hitting the water. But I do not like the other 2 geese in the photo. Now, how it used to be and how it is for the current, I'm in the beta version of Photoshop, but with the current version of Photoshop, you would go in and you could go in with, say, the clone tool. Say you wanted to try to remove some of the geese, you'd maybe pick a spot here and start cloning things in and covering all the weird edges and blah, 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 like that. And eventually you would be able to get rid of these geese, and yes, you could probably make it look pretty good. But that is a pretty time-consuming process, and it will not look perfect because you got reflections going on, shadows going on. So let's get rid of that stuff there. And another thing that they have, a tool, which is nice for removing small things, is the remove tool. It is good for removing things quickly in your photos, but let's see what happens. You'd want to get rid of the reflections using the remove tool. We're going to see how that works out. Let's see. Not a horrifying job. I mean, you can still fix some of these spots by using the remove tool again. And I see some stuff here we might want to get rid of. You can make this work. Take a little time, and you probably would use the remove tool and the clone tool, but you can get it to look halfway decent. But again, you got a lot of work going on here. So let's take a look at now with this new AI generated information, how simple it becomes. We're going to go and use this lasso tool, and let's get rid of it all the way around here. We're going to go out here, and all we're going to do is go around, get rid of the reflections and the shadows, and let's see what this tool does for us. Again, we're not going to add any information in here because we want it just to use the pixels around where I selected. We're going to speed it up for the video. And there you have it. Look at that. That is quite amazing. Still got some of the little reflections going on that I missed, but you do have variations, so you can take a look at. There's one. And there's another one. And I think I really like that one. That's very good. But as you can see, in just a couple of clicks, and it does an amazing job of removing that and replacing it with what's in the scene, which is just amazing to me how simple that was. Now we're going to do just one more. Now this one was a much more difficult photo. As a matter of fact, my sister asked me to remove the chair, and I let her know that I really can't, just because the amount of the work it would take using the clone tool or the remove tool. You know, there's really no information behind the chair, so it would take a huge amount of work, and I just said we cannot do that, and she ended up just cropping out the chair. Let's take a look at what we can do. So previously, or currently actually, with the full version, you could try using the remove tool and see what happens. You probably would do things on a smaller basis to start, just to see. Let's take a look at what that would do for us. What kind of a mess the remove tool would make in this situation. It looks like it makes quite a mess. I mean, what the heck happened here? The remove tool itself is a great tool if you have things simple that you want to remove. Let's go back to the beginning here. And say you just want to go in here and remove this soda bottle or something. It's not perfect, but you know, that's what it's simple. You can go up there and remove things. It's pretty easy to remove small things. And so we know that the remove tool is not going to work on this chair. And cloning is not going to work on this chair either because you don't have enough information here. We don't have any information here. Part of the hand, you can't clone the other part of the hand. So let's just take a look at what this AI tool is going to do. So I'm going to just select the chair. All right, that looks pretty good. So let's go to this generative fill, and we just want to remove the item in there, so we're just going to hit generate, and we'll see what we get. And that is not too bad. So it's going to try to do something with her foot because we don't have a lot of the foot in the picture. But that's okay. We can kind of crop out a little of that anyways. And then you get issues sometimes with the hands. It has a little problem, and it's not going to be able to tell you what the shirt says. There's just too much of that shirt behind there. But other than that, these variations don't look too bad. A little bit off here in the floor. So right now I'd say that one looks about the best, but I'm still not too thrilled with the thumb. So what we're going to do is we'll just generate again, and we'll see what we get for you. Okay, we got our new variations. Let's see what they look like. Oh, that's not bad at all. That's not bad. Lucian's hand looks very nice. That's probably my favorite right there. The floor doesn't look too bad, and the thumb looks like it's in the hand looks pretty nice. And then we got the shoe, but like I say, you can go in there and you can crop that out anyways. So what they're doing is quite amazing. With just a couple clicks, I was able to remove that chair, and if you don't focus too much on this shirt and you look at the cute faces, you're really gonna say, wow, there was never a chair there in the first place. Well, you're not gonna say that, but there you go. And we'll crop down a little bit on the top. And that's something else. Very, very nice. That's quite the amazing tool. This AI generative software, this AI generated image information is just amazing to me. So I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, have a great afternoon.